Unstoppable by design. We talking health and talking fitness, talking life and talking nutrition. Way more than looks and aesthetics. Gotta tune in and don't miss it. Hey, go, gotta go harder, taking it higher, bringing that info here to inspire, chugging out fitness, bringing that fire. Hey, go.
Let's go. Welcome to Unstoppable by Design, where we talk all things fitness, mindset, and what it means to truly be unstoppable inside and outside the gym. I'm Matt Terry, and today I'm joined by my partner in everything, Anna.
It's me.
Yeah. How are you today?
Good. How are you?
Good. So today, in this week's episode, I should say, we're returning back to the audio format. So coming back just to audio, not doing video. We paid close attention to our statistics, and this format works best for our listeners. So we're going to stick with what works.
I guess we just got the face for radio. You know what I'm saying?
I don't think we have a very nice looking studio. It's just the gym wall.
In time, guys, in time.
Hey, this works. Everybody listening while they're driving or doing chores, I appreciate you. So jumping in today, our episode, we're going to be talking about a work-life balance or trying to develop one.
Trying to develop one's probably really the key here, right?
Or lack thereof.
Yeah.
I mean, between running a gym, raising kids, being in the family, starting a real estate journey, all the other irons in the fire that we have, balance kind of feels like a lie sometimes. But today we want to talk about how to actually manage that chaos without losing our minds or our marriage.
Yeah, that one's a non-negotiable.
Yeah.
I'll lose my mind all day, but not you. I think so when people talk about work-life balance, they hear two words, right? Work and life, and they want to balance it. So they think that means 50-50. And I feel like chasing that sort of perfection is something that really skews people's success, I guess, in having a work-life balance, because it's absolutely not 50-50 by any means.
No.
Some days it can be, but just like a marriage, right? It's not 50-50 just because you have a husband and a wife or whatever your situation is. It's sometimes you show up 90 and your partner shows up 10.
And then vice versa down the road.
Yeah.
Yep.
And it's like we have, like you said, multiple irons in our fire. We have a couple different career paths, couple different business things going on. And it's like, and now isn't just two. So you can't ever do 50-50. This one, you have 100% of your time, and like this thing has to have 10%. That's going to have 5% today. This is going to have 40%. Like it's a constant juggling act of like, where does your time go?
Yeah. Yep. And it can feel like different seasons. I guess like you could be spending a season where it's 80% one part of the career or space, and then 20% on the family. Or you could be in a space where, like you said, it's a lot more in the family. It just comes and goes.
Yeah. I giggled for a minute because I'm thinking about like when we say we have like second summer or whatever in the fall, and it's like you dress with a jacket to work or to school. Then like in the middle of the day, you're in shorts and a tank top. And then when you leave, you're like, oh, I got to put on a sweatshirt. And then it's nighttime. You're like, oh gosh, I got to do sweatpants and stuff again. Like, yeah, it's seasons, you know, and our seasons in New Hampshire are crazy. But so sometimes.
We have a fifth season. Yeah.
Yeah. 7, 8.
Mud season.
Yeah. But it still applies, right? You have some seasons that feel really long. Like I don't think summer is ever long enough.
Yeah.
Winter, can it stop? Like
some people love winter though. They're in the right state for it.
Yeah. So it all just depends. But like again, work-life balance is very much the same. Like school sports for your kids. Like you might have your kid could play traveling hockey. Like that season for you, you're probably giving 90% to your family.
Yeah.
90% to hockey, or hockey's coming in like another work situation almost because it requires so much of you.
Yep.
But yeah, it's seasons is like a really good way to look at it.
Yeah.
And sometimes your commitment aligns with the seasons, right? Like you and I were just talking the other day. We're like, right now it's grind on work because being outside isn't fun for us, you know? But then we were like, well, when it's warm out, it's nice out. Like we're not going to do this.
Yeah.
We're going to give more to the family because we're going to go and have adventures.
Yep.
So sometimes your work-life balance seasons align with the real seasons.
Yeah. Yeah, it's true. And knowing that you're spending more time somewhere else and not, let's just do the work life, like life being everything at home. You're spending more time on work related stuff, like entrepreneurs, like we are grinding and hustling outside of the 40.
Yeah, it never stops.
Yep. but there's some guilt that comes with that. So sometimes when you're choosing to work or push in a different direction with the business, you might be taking time from the family. So you're thinking about spending time with the family. And if you're on vacation and you're spending time with the family, then you're thinking about what you should be doing for the business. And there's a guilt that goes back and forth there.
Yeah, gosh, that part's tough. I don't even think I need to add to that, honestly. I think everybody's experienced some variation of that. Like if you're working and you have, a family you love to go home to, you're probably thinking about them all day at work.
Yeah.
And then if you have a job that you're passionate about when you're at home, you're probably thinking about, all right, tomorrow when I come in, I'm going to do this. And like, I got to prep for this. Like,
yeah,
you're always thinking about the place you're not.
Yep. Or thinking about the conversations that you're going to have the next day, or the assignments that may be due, and it's just present in your brain. So you can't fully be present with your family.
Yeah. And then you're present at work and you get that like 5-minute comm session and you're like, man, I should have done this with my kids last night, or I should have done this, or my husband, or whatever. Like it's just a constant push and pull always.
Yep. And I guess a good tool against that would be realizing ways to know when you are really far off balance for a long period of time. Like, cause we understand that ebbs and flows, but if you are like always 90% work and 10% family, what do you think that looks like? What does that show up as for people?
I mean, I think if you're in a relationship, your spouse is probably going to get mad. That's a nice sign. Yeah. You're going to see that real fast.
The other parent, the mother or father, or whoever's in the relationship with you is like, what the heck, man?
Yeah. What are you going to like? Are you going to come hang out or what?
Yeah.
Maybe some passive aggressive comments for a little bit.
Maybe it's a rocky situation.
I think too, like if you just like reflect on yourself, like thinking, I know for me, like when I can tell that I have shifted too much in the work direction, I feel lonely. And like sometimes like that's like unfortunately what I notice first, right? Instead of like, and I think I feel lonely because probably like you guys are doing what you need to do, like family stuff, because like mom's in it right now, like, and sometimes it has to be that way. And but I can really tell when I've gone too far on the work side, and I genuinely like will feel lonely, and I'm like, wow, where's my family? Like I miss them.
Yeah.
And then I pendulum swing back, and I'm like, get over here, I miss you guys, But sometimes it's like reflecting, like, how are you feeling? Like it's like you've been drowning for a while, and you come up, and you're like, oh, like how many days has it been? Yeah. Like, what are my friends doing? Like, oh my God, like I feel like I haven't seen them in a long time. Like, those kind of things, I guess.
Yeah, like taking a breath of fresh air.
Yeah.
But coming back to it. Also, you kind of talked about it, but just feeling like burnout, I guess.
Yeah.
So feeling like you're running 100 miles per hour, and then when you finally recognize it or you see the signs of burnout, and then you go, whoa, and you pull back, it can feel like you're coming up for air, like you said.
Yeah. I think everybody experiences burnout a little bit differently.
Yes.
So you got to make sure you know that within yourself. Like, fortunately, I'm usually biting heads off.
No.
You're so nice to me. I'm a little extra spicy. And usually that's when I'm like, all right, it's time to close the computer. It's time to put the phone away.
Yeah. Or just take a moment.
But I think like, a lot of this is talking about like relationships. I think one of the things that I'm very thankful for with us is I think we openly communicate about that.
Yeah.
And if you're listening and you are in a relationship and that's not a space that you have, test it out, because that like you know me better than I know myself. And like you catch me. So when you think about a counterbalance, like how do I know? I haven't felt that lonely feeling in a really, really, really long time because you catch me before I get there. And thank you. And I love you for that.
Oh, let's go. And vice versa, really. Like sometimes I can get caught up in the weeds, and I get lonely if I'm editing, stuff, doing podcasts or whatever. And it's like, oh God, I've been down here for 5 hours. I need to.
Yeah. Normally I come down with a plate of breakfast. I'm like, probably haven't eaten. Don't forget to come upstairs.
Very true. But okay. So thinking about, the seasons and the guilt and trying to figure out ways to detect when you've been on one side for too long. I think something to talk about that's important would be boundaries, and maybe some like simple practices that we put into play in our life that help us. Something that you could do that would be helpful is like a transition ritual. So it's, let's say you're transitioning from work to home, even taking 5 minutes in like your parked car in the driveway before you go in to kind of like decompress, just exhale the day. Maybe it's listen to your favorite podcast on the way back, Stop It by Design. Whatever it may be, take a moment to shift gears and don't expect the shift to happen in the moment or rush it. So that way you're not going through the door before you've actually fully shifted. And then, your loved ones are depending on you, but then you're not there, and then you get frustrated because you're not there.
Yeah.
Taking that moment to shift is a good one.
Yeah. I do a version of that, but at the end of my workday. So before I ever leave work, I go through everything from my day. Cause a lot of it, right, we talked about, you're just thinking about everything at work if you're passionate about your job. And so I try and get it all out of my head and close it off when I leave work. So I go through all my notebooks. If anybody who's ever seen me in the workspace, I have 27 notebooks. I have a problem. But I go through all my notebooks and I extract everything where I'm okay, this is an unfinished idea. I have to bring this back tomorrow, or I have an action. And I put it all on one list. Yeah. So then I know I'm not forgetting anything. And I know that I've created a space for it when I come back tomorrow. I can let it go when I leave the door. Yeah. And so that's how I have to set up my brain is I have to literally get it out and put it on paper. And then if the day is tough, box breathing, using your 5-minute thing you do in the car. Sometimes I do that with box breathing and just really get the nervous system to calm down a bit.
There's another form of a transition ritual that was made very popular. I saw it in a bunch of different posts in a variety of different manners, but it would be somebody coming home from work and then touching the door frame and leaving everything outside of the house. That way, when they go in the house, it doesn't follow them in. Or
sports when they're hit the door frame before you go out on the court.
I don't know. Maybe. But, something like that. Or another version of it was a tree. There was a tree that somebody would come up and touch and hang up their problems on the tree before they go into the house. And, I saw that actually quite a bit in the past couple of months. It's a popular post.
Interesting.
Yeah. Pretty cool.
Whatever works for you, Maybe you stand outside and you just scream in your car for 5 minutes and you go.
Probably not. Your neighbors might call the cops or something.
Yeah, don't recommend that.
But really, even if it's silly, if it works for you, who cares? You don't have to tell anybody that you do it unless you want to share. But if you have something that works, maybe it's doing a dance in the driveway for whatever it is. It doesn't matter. If it works, it's good.
Literally just made me think of Jen Byrne. Not saying she does that, Jen. Don't worry, I'm not telling your secrets. But she's always dancing, I just feel
well, heck yeah, good dancer. Yep. Outside of that, another boundary you could set is just making sure that you're more intentional about not being on your phone or answering work-related things when it's family time at home. But for example, dinner time. If you're having dinner at the table with your family, nobody's on their phone or nobody's playing games or watching movies or something.
Turn the TV off.
Yeah, something that Emily talked about way back in one of the beginning episodes was how people could do better about being present with eating. And so I think in that moment, in that family time, the more distractions you add instead of being present and eating and enjoying your family's company, the less beneficial it is for your body.
Yeah. And we can connect that with some of the habit stacking techniques we talked about before too, because dinner is something that most of us always have. Some people don't, but most of us have dinner.
Yeah.
So now you have that time frame. You're I know I'm going to have dinner. This is going to be my boundary space from turning this off and I'm going to be present or whatever. Because some of us need that structure, and it's easier to stack on top of something you already have a routine than it is to start out of the blue.
Yeah.
I also, speaking of structure, is my favorite. Sometimes too, again, it's not 50-50, right? So depending on what you got going on, what season you're in, it may not be, okay, 5 o'clock, I'm done, I'm going home and nothing, except for family time. You might have to dedicate some time to work.
Yeah.
But instead of saying, I have to work for a bit, it's I'm working for 45 minutes and then I'm back. And it's setting that clock and having the discipline to stick to it because you, again, it's not black and white. It's not 0 to 100. It's what season am I in? What do I have to give right now? Is my family okay with that, right? Is the balance okay right now? Yeah. And then just set the boundary around that so you don't exceed it.
Yeah. Yeah. I would highly recommend that nobody is just 100% work all the time with zero time
Yeah.
with your family. I think that's not a good
Probably won't
thing to
have
strive for.
family.
Yeah. Yeah, I think it could be disastrous down the road. But yeah, even if it demands more of you in that moment, because we've had situations like that in our life, find the boundary that you're going to hold to still make space for the other important things in your life.
Yeah. And like, it's a partnership at the end of the day.
Yeah.
You know, like that's when work-life balance really comes into play, is like when you have a family and you got people at home depending on you. I mean, even as like a single individual, take care of yourself.
Yeah.
You know, don't work 100%. You still need to eat. You still got to work out. You still got to take care of yourself. But the struggle becomes significantly more real when you have a family. And you just gotta keep in mind that you're a partnership and you're not a silo.
Yeah.
You know, and
Yes.
like,
Speaking of partnerships, what kind of things do we do to keep each other in check?
I just yell at you.
Do not yell at me. She does not yell at me.
I think we just are honest with each other. Like when I'm just like, when I am like, babe, get off your computer. I feel like I come over. I'm like, babe, get off your computer.
Yeah.
You know, I'm like, come hang out.
I mean, to be fair, you said it very monotone there. That is not how we do not endorse that type of communication in relationships, unless that's your style. I mean, hey, if that's your thing,
Might be my
then,
style.
then send it. But no, Anna comes over, she'll rub my back and she'll be like, hey,
You're telling people that I can sleep.
she's soft, man.
Stop it.
She'll be like, do you think you're going to be done soon or whatever? And I'm like, well, got it. Got it.
It's such an interesting perspective because from my angle, I'm like, I just come over and say, babe, get off your computer.
Just poke me in the face until I'm like, okay.
Hey, what are you doing?
Yeah.
Yeah. If not that, then I'll be like, I'll tell the kids, I'll be like, go tell Dada he's handsome. And then they come over and they distract him and he melts. And I'm like, great, come over here with us.
I'm a sucker for our kids.
Yeah. Use the kids.
I'm a sucker for them.
Yeah.
But finding ways to approach your partner
Mhm.
and being respectful, because I mean, sometimes, like we said, there is seasons where outside things do demand more of us. And to say that they don't would be unrealistic.
Yeah.
But finding the right way that works for you guys, maybe you communicate about it ahead of time to be like, hey, when I say purple ice cream or whatever, that means it's time to get ice cream, or
Code word, safe word.
yeah, whatever way it works, find a way to communicate that is constructive.
Yeah. I like being proactive is huge. Like I can just think of like sometimes when I'm like, babe, I'm about to enter some stuff at work. I'm going to feel super stressed.
Yes.
And I'm like, I don't know when it's going to hit, but I know it's going to hit and just know it's not you. And like that I'm going to be like, my brain's going to be somewhere else and I'm going to look like not here 100%. And like,
Yep.
sometimes just giving that heads up, that comes down to awareness of yourself, which that's a whole other journey that you have to take to really be successful here sometimes. But
yeah, but no, good catch with the proactiveness. Because if you have that honest conversation in the beginning, like that helps me also safeguard you from other distractions. Like kids running up being like, hey, I want mac and cheese, when dad is totally capable of giving mac and cheese. They just prefer it to come from mom.
Oh man.
So like just moments like that helps me safeguard that piece for you to get those things done.
Yeah. It's like the protecting the peace.
Yeah.
Which is important. And then like I can get something done so quickly and have more time with you guys at the end too. So
right. Exactly. And it's not like I'm doing anything other than it's just preference for the kids sometimes. All right, let's talk about how fitness fits into all this.
Well, first of all, just do it.
Well, okay.
What?
So thinking about, sometimes we go through seasons, sometimes we have very little time, sometimes we feel like we have no time to work out. I think those are the moments specifically when we need to make time to work out for multiple reasons, really.
I mean, to put it simply without getting super nerdy about it, science says that working out will increase your productivity. So like make the hour, make the 30 minutes. Hello, we have an express class. Like, you know, like get your heart rate up, get your blood pumping, get your brain off of it. If you're doing the right workout, you're going to be too busy trying to breathe and count be worrying about whatever's going on at work.
Yep.
Like it's a nervous system reset. You know, if you do it the right way, and you will come out of it more productive, more relaxed, and ready to rock.
Yep.
It's the best thing you can do for yourself.
Also, just how many people leave working out saying, I'm so glad I worked out, or I feel better than I did going into it, and I was stressed to even make the time for it.
All of them.
Yeah.
How many times do we hear today? 64?
Yep.
I don't know. It's a random number.
But you don't even need a full hour. Like,
No.
to pull back the curtain on some things, you need 45-ish minutes. And that's why I love our I'm going to throw this in here. I love our semi-privates. They're 45 minutes of just condensed action, but it's very, very efficient.
Yeah.
And if you look at our class structure, without the instruction and the transitions and the setup and the shifting of gears, you're really spending about 45 minutes to 50 minutes
Working.
moving. Yeah.
Yeah.
And so if you're looking at how much time do I need for health, how much time do I need for fitness, make 45 minutes. That's it.
Twice a week.
Yep.
Continue
To start,
life.
yeah. Especially in a season where you don't have a whole lot of time for it, minimum.
Yeah. I
2
mean,
times.
listen, if you're going to do real math, right, and you're figuring out that 50-50 work-life balance, and you're like, I'm working 12 hours a day, 5 days a week. Okay, well, we're asking for less than 2 hours. That's literally like 2%.
Yeah.
You're doing 2%. Come on. You can do that.
Math says.
Math. Don't ask me if it's real math, but we're going to say that's what it is.
But yes, you feel better when you're done. You're constructive about your day. You're accomplishing stuff. So your brain goes, heck yeah, I did that. Check it off the checklist.
Yes, wins, endorphins.
Yes. Yep. The chemicals in your brain are doing happy dances. Yeah. You can't see her, but she danced.
Should have had the video for that one.
Another thing about fitness is, especially if you have kids, they're watching you still carve out time for health. They're marking it as important in their brain. So from a role model or a leadership perspective, it's doing the right things for longevity.
Yeah. And I mean, Jed right now is a proof in that pudding. Like he is really, I mean, lately, like he's showing that, you know, like he's been seeing us do it for a while. And it used to be like when we took him to the gym or we had to take him to Kung Fu, or even when we are leaving the house and they're not, and we're like, oh, we're going to work out. He used to get so bummed. And now like we've kind of been changing how we're saying it to be like, hey, we get to go work out. Like we love this.
Yeah.
You know, and like now it's changing for him and he's excited and he wants to come work out now.
Yeah.
You know, like
Which is cool.
It's so cool. Yeah.
Yeah.
And he's loving it now. And he's like, I want to be strong. I want to be strong like Dada.
Yeah. Yeah.
Which of course, there you go. Matt melts again, but
I'm a sucker for the kids.
yeah. So they watch. And I think even like Sarah and Gavin, like those kids are dragging them down into a little home gym more than they are. You know, they're like, let's go work out. Let's go move our bodies. Like they're always watching.
Yeah.
You know, you teach them.
Yep. Even when you're not sitting down to actually like, when you're teaching your kid how to read, for example, because that's something we're doing at home,
Mm-hmm.
you're active in that process.
Yeah.
Like it's very active. But something like, hey, I'm going to go work out, and they see you make that decision. You weren't actively sitting there being like, hey, watch me choose this,
Mm-hmm.
but they pick it up.
Yes.
So yeah, it's important.
It becomes like an expectation for them.
Yeah. All right. Some tips. Some tips.
Some of these are my favorite.
So, okay. I think
them
it's
so
first one,
much.
right? Tip number 1, the power of no. So,
I love it.
Yeah.
I'm
waiting
just
for
in
that.
here beaming.
I was waiting for that. To keep it short, you can't be unstoppable if you're overcommitted to 100 different things.
Yeah.
So finding spaces to say no is incredibly important and beneficial.
Yeah. And maybe like sometimes I know when I work with people and I'm like, you got to say no.
Mm-hmm.
Saying no is very uncomfortable for them. So it's like, okay, then let's choose where we say yes. And it's just reframing that, right? Like when you say yes here, you're saying no here.
Yeah.
Which one makes you more uncomfortable, the yes or the no? Because there's always an opposing, right? Every time I say no here, I'm saying yes to this. Every time I say yes to this, I'm saying no to that.
Yeah.
So you want to restructure it and think of what am I saying yes to, knowing that it says no to here. Are you okay with that? No. Are you okay with this? Yes.
Yeah.
And like, again, you cannot do it all. And you might feel like you're making the best choice because I'm helping everybody and I'm doing this and this, killing yourself in the process.
Yeah. I think that's a great expansion of what we're talking about, because people could take this literally and be like, I'm just going to say no a heck of a lot more. And then, there are some downsides to that. Like,
nah.
Like you may want to explain a little bit more why you're saying no, or you may want to say no nicely instead of being like, hey, do you want to go outside? No. So understanding kind of that context that Anna gave is actually an important piece.
And it's like, okay, you don't have to just say no, you know, like.
That's what I mean. Yeah.
Like, I'm trying to think of something that happened the other day. Like, just give an example. Hey, do you want to go out to the bar with me later? That doesn't really support my goals right now. I'm good, thanks. Nowhere in there did I actually say no. So for people who are uncomfortable being that blunt, like, what's the yes? Speak in the yes you're saying to. I'm saying yes to my health and my goals right now. I'm good, thank you. Yeah. So you can completely reframe that to work for you and what you want. If you're not a direct person, then speak to your yes.
Yeah.
I'm choosing this for me. I'm choosing my health right now. I'm choosing my sleep right now. Because I know I got a big day tomorrow, but thank you.
Yeah. Yep.
So.
Tip number 2, schedule the fun.
Also love this.
Yeah. I think you love this because it's putting it on the calendar and then you can see your day.
It's structure.
Yes.
But it works.
And you might be like, oh my God, why do they put date night on the calendar? Or why do they put trips to fun spot on the calendar? That seems so artificial. Heck no, it's one of the best things we could do because our lives are going in a million different directions.
And so fast.
Yeah. And so things will come up, be like, oh yeah, it's easy to fill a void or space if you leave it as a void in space. If you put something in there, it helps you be intentional with that time instead of being like, oh, I was going to food prep in that time now, or laundry.
I've been super like getting big into that on weekends lately. I don't know if I know you've noticed because we've run into that situation, right? Where you were like, oh, I'm going to try and like do this. And then you look at the calendar and you're like, oh, whoops. And it's like, it's just important because again, especially if you're a doer, like I think we're both doers. And so we will always naturally go towards, oh, let's do something, right? Versus like, actually we're staying home. We're not going out. We're not doing anything from starting at 4 p.m. on Saturday. Like we're at home.
Movie night.
We're doing a movie night.
Yep.
We're with the kids. We're doing popcorn. Like we're making pizzas. We'll find something else to do.
Yep.
We always do.
Well, there's that thing, right? It's things fill the space you give them.
Parkinson's law.
Okay. Thank you.
Love it. Give me more things I love.
Yeah. And so you are constantly, by not doing something like this, you're constantly allowing things outside of maybe what you had intended to fill that space.
Yeah. Work will fill the time and space you allow it.
Yep.
So if you don't add the guardrails, you don't add the start and end time, your caps, you're going to splooge all over the place.
Yep. So tip number 3, the 1% rule for rest. So you might be like, wait, what? Getting 1% better at rest? Heck yeah. And getting 1% better at sleeping is incredibly important for recovery. We've talked about this. Or even doing nothing is important for emptying your brain sometimes. I mean, that's a thing.
Yep.
But it's just as important as trying to get 1% better at a movement like a barbell snatch or barbell clean or
deadlifts, mile run.
Yeah. Getting 1% better. It's important to find that in resting as well.
Yeah. I mean, let me tell you, out of all the clients I've worked with, guess how many of them suck at sleeping? All of them.
I was going to say a lot. Yeah.
All of them.
Myself included.
There's been, I would say, a very small percentage of people who like got their sleep down and they actually sleep well. But like, we're so invested in the go, right? We're so invested in the speed. We're so invested in, I don't know, screwing up our nervous system that we don't sleep well. Stress is through the roof. Like we're on our phones up until the last minute. Like our rooms aren't dark. Like there's just all this stuff that crushes our sleep. But you get that sleep, again, you're more productive the following day.
Yeah.
And there's all these little things, like you said, 1% better. Can set your alarm or go to bed. You normally crawl into bed at 9, you doom scroll until 10, crawl into bed, 8:30, doom scroll until 9:30, go to bed.
Yep.
You know, like still doom scrolling, but we'll work on that later. But your 1% right now is this.
Yeah, it's important. It's a tip. Help you find that balance. All right. It's time for the Unstoppable Challenge. So for this, thank you, drum roll.
Thank you, Rebels.
For this next week, I want you to find your transition ritual. I want you to think when you leave work, find one 5-minute habit that signals to your brain that, hey, work self is done, and home or husband or dad or mom or whatever it may be, self is online. It's happening. Put the phone away, take a couple deep breaths, walk into your house with intention, and make that shift before you become present. So let's try it. Let's do it for 1 week. Let us know how it goes. I want to hear from you at the gym. If you've done this, let me know how it turns out for you. And we got new episodes that release every Tuesday on Solved by Design. If you liked what you heard today, make sure that you like and follow us. And I think that's all I got. You got anything, Anna?
No, it's great.
Cool. So then we will see you next time. Until then, be well, be unstoppable.
Now's the moment, it's your time. What you need, true indeed, unstoppable.